Hey guys, so usually I do not release videos on a weekday because I'm busy at work, but today I have to warn you of this upcoming deal that is coming in for this BlitzWolf AS3 speaker. Now, this is a 25% sale of a regular price of about $95, and now it's going for $76 with a coupon code which I'm attaching in the video commentary below. Now, the BlitzWolf AS3, and this is in comparison with the BlitzWolf AS2, which I have previously reviewed in my last video. Now, I was quite happy with this guy. It's very portable, just at 1.1 kg, 1,100 grams, about 2 pounds, and it went pretty loud. But how does this then compare with the AS3? So this is the AS2 and this is the AS3. I think I might have just found my favorite budget speaker. Now, bear in mind, this is battery powered. Okay, so if you're interested in this, stay around. I'll go in a little bit more into details with the features as well as doing a frequency sweep response to compare this speaker, the AS3, with the AS2. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my video, up front, I'd like to let you know the answer. This is the AS2 and this is the AS3. No brainer. This is a much more powerful speaker. The price is about $50 for this, about $75 for this. For the price difference, the absolute dollar value of $25, go for the AS3. Now, the only decision point is whether you are able to carry this speaker around. So if you look at how I'm carrying it in my hands, this is a lot bigger and this is a lot slimmer, more portable. It's 1.1 kg and this is 2 kg in weight. But besides that, let's talk about the other differences. Now, previously you would have heard me talk about the BlitzWolf AS2, and they have clickable buttons, right? And the buttons are clicky. You can increase the volume, reduce the volume, play, pause, power on, off. Everything is clickable button right at the top, which I like. But for the AS3, it comes with a touch panel at the top. So it looks really pretty. Everything is touch controlled. Even the volume buttons are minus and plus here. And there is NFC functionality here. Now, this is the Bluetooth speaker, and like the AS2, it is actually powered by an internal battery. So the best way to connect to this speaker is wirelessly when you're on the go and using Bluetooth. So there's NFC functionality built in. If you're using a compatible Android NFC phone, you can then tap it and it will start pairing by itself without you having to go into the menu and digging through all the menu buttons. This speaker is also IPX4 rated, meaning to say it can withstand splashes of water. The design is actually similar to this other speaker that I've reviewed before, which is from Huawei, called the SoundX. It was developed in tandem with Develay, the French manufacturer. So that is very high-end looking. It looks a lot better than the BlitzWolf AS3 here, but the price difference, this is at $75 now. Right? But if you look into the back, there is a rubber piece that is covering the ports. And the ports here, there's a power button, there is a USB-C, and there is an auxiliary line in port. If you cover it up, this is how it gains its waterproof, splash-proof rating. All right, so it is not submersible. You can throw water at it at every angle, and it will still operate as is, as long as you have the rubber cover on. Now, this rubber flap here is a little bit unwieldy. I don't really like the design of this, but well, it is what it is, and it does offer some parts of protection. Now, the on-off button is actually below, but you can cover it up. There's an indentation on the rubber here that if you press, it actually activates the power button. You can hear the click. Yep. Okay. Now, the other thing about this is that the battery is insane. All right. It is actually rated to play at 50% volume for 20 hours. Now, if you were to listen to this guy, if you were to go on and wait till my frequency sweeps, you will realize that the volume that is coming out of this 2 kilogram speaker is insane. Okay, I'm not talking about how great it sounds. I'm just talking about the pure volume of it. It is insanely loud. Now, I'm going to test this at about 100% volume, maxed out on the speaker, but from the PC, it's only a 50% output. So in effect, it's about half volume, right? So if you play this guy at half volume, listen to how loud it sounds when I'm doing the frequency sweeps, and you'll realize that you will hardly get anywhere close to that. but at 50% volume, it is going to be able to last for 20 hours, okay? Now, there's a 12,000 mAh capacity battery inside. Well, actually, I've been holding up this whole time, and it is actually getting quite heavy. And the 12,000 mAh battery is actually capable of powering this guy for a very, very long time. If you're going to be charging it via the USB-C port, I think you'll probably take about 5 to 6 hours to fully charge it from empty. So if you want to use it the next day, just leave it overnight. But otherwise, you know, this battery is going to be powering this guy quite insanely. Now, one speaker produces that kind of volume. You don't know how loud it is yet. You will get to know it in just a short while, but this speaker is capable of a true wireless stereo setup. Meaning to say, if you pair this speaker with your phone via Bluetooth and you pair another AS3 together with your phone in the same setup, you will get stereo imaging. Meaning to say the left channel will play out from the left speaker and the right channel will play out from the right speaker. Now, the orientation of the speaker, I think, is still a little bit unclear how they manage it. So you have to know that the left one is left one and the right one is the right one. There is no software to speak of, so the phone, this speaker here doesn't actually pair up with anything on your phone to control the speakers, but otherwise, you can still get stereo sound from a pair of these speakers. Now, if one speaker is putting out that much sound, can you imagine what two speakers will do? Unfortunately, I don't have two speakers. Banggood actually sent me this speaker. Well, it is not a paid review. I don't accept any form of monetary compensation for this review. The reason why I'm sharing this with you today is basically I am trying to show you the promo code that they are having for the spring sale. And that spring sale lends you this speaker for $75 as compared to the AS2. I think very good value. I'll put the AS spring sale discount code anyway. So in case if you are out for portability, then obviously this is the better guy to get. Now, I have to say that this 70-watt speaker is sounding really, really huge. How large is it? How big the sound is? I don't do this kind of reviews like any other YouTuber out there or any other reviewers out there. I'm sure there are more techie reviewers than me out there, but basically what I want to do for you is not to just gush and talk about how great it sounds, or I try to record something for you to hear through my crappy mic, through the compressed audio over YouTube for you to listen to it. You might be able to get a relative sensing, so I've done that before as well, but most of my videos, if I review the speakers, what I'll try to do is I'll run a series of frequency sweeps. So what the frequency sweep does is that it will actually use my PC to play a series of frequencies, a whole series of tones from 20 Hz all the way to 20 kHz through the speaker, and I'll use a mic, a professional high quality USB mic, to pick up the signals and basically try to see whether, you know, the sound output is what is supposed to be playing out. So based on that, you will be able to see a curve, and you will be able to know the sound characteristic of the speaker that I'm reviewing. So without further ado, let me just switch view so that you can take a look at me doing the frequency sweep for these two speakers for comparison purposes, so that you understand what you are actually getting for the difference between $50 and a $75 speaker. Okay, so here you go. This is the output from my PC, and I'm going to plug this into the AS3 first. So this is the AS3. Today, what I'm going to do, this is the mic that I'm talking about. This picks up all the frequencies that's playing from this guy. I've already maxed out the volume on the speaker. On the PC, it is at 50% volume. So the distance is just over 8 inches away from the mic. So if you look to the left now, I am going to be pulling up. So I'm going to be pulling up REW walkthrough. Okay, so this is the software that I use to measure the frequency response. So here we go. Start measuring 20 Hz to 20 kHz. $17 headroom. Now, I'm going to apply some smoothing so that it's easier for you to read all the frequencies. So what this means is that, let's try to read this, all right? So at 123 Hz, 120 Hz or so, the bass volume actually peaks out at this level. So below 100 hertz or so, it starts tailing off, and the minus 10 dB is probably about here. Okay, so you'll hear that this is about 70 hertz, also minus 10 dB from the peak. Now, at the high end, high frequency end, this is about 8 kilohertz. It maintains relatively well right up to about 20 kilohertz. The mid-range here, anything between a couple of hundred hertz all the way to 1 kilohertz is probably where the human voice resides. And for this level, well, this is a little bit low, but in comparison with the bass peaks and the treble peak here. But you know, on its own, you're not going to learn much about it, so I will not talk much about it. I'll just label this guy here. And this is the AS2. Rate curve for the AS2. 17 decibels headroom. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch this out. Okay. And I will power this AS3 with the output from here. So again, in terms of volume, it has been maxed out. I'm going to face this. Yeah, I don't like this rubber piece at all. Okay, it's out of the way. Okay. This is a 360 sound, so it doesn't really matter where you're facing because the sound is going to be dispersed throughout. But otherwise, it's just over 8 inches away from the mic. Okay, so I'm going to start recording now to test the AS3. (15 decibels headroom), so it is already louder. Let's smooth it out again. Blue curve for the AS3. Look at that difference. My God, sorry, I didn't mean to type the hex and all that. It's not, I'm not cursing and swearing, but yeah, AS3. All right, the peak. Oh God, oh gosh. You see, at the peak level for the AS2, at about 120 hertz. At 92 dB, all right? Oh, this is very close, so it goes 92 dB, 90 over dB. It shouldn't be surprising because it is just 8 inches away from the source. But in a normal listening position, you're not going to be able to get 90 over decibels out of these speakers. But in any case, all right, if you look at this 120 hertz, it was going at 92.5 dB or so. The 92.5 dB point, okay, on the AS3 is actually at 60 hertz. So what the AS2 sounds like at 120 hertz, that volume of bass is actually what the AS3 is sounding like at 60 hertz. So try to beat that, right? If you're going to look at a minus 10 dB down, which I stated to be about 70 hertz, the 10 dB down for this is actually, oh God, 86. Also, it is, wow, 40 over hertz, 46, 47 hertz. So the amount of bass that this AS3 is putting out is truly, it's stupendously loud, my God. So if you are in the market, right, for a portable Bluetooth battery-powered speaker, you can look at this AS2 or you can get the AS3. In terms of pure sonic performance, the AS3 is going to sound a lot better for an absolute price increment of $25. Sure, this is about $50, this is about $75. So in terms of percentage price increase, this is 50% more expensive, but the volume, the music, the power that you're getting out of this guy is way, way more than the 50% price premium that you're paying over the AS2. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would like you to leave a like for this video. Let me know if you are interested in these kind of budget speakers. So as you can tell from the title of my channel, this is actually a wireless audiophile channel. So I talk a lot about wireless products, wireless sound products, but you know, specifically, I have a lot of interest in Sonos. I love Sonos products, but you know, occasionally, once in a while, I still do dabble around with all these kind of budget speakers. And in recent years, the quality of these budget speakers have actually increased quite substantially. So when you used to pay $50, $75 10 years ago, you were getting crap. Now this $50, $75 is actually getting you something pretty decent. So if you want to check this out, do remember to check out the links in the video description below. Those are affiliate links, so I do earn a small affiliate fee from those links. You don't pay any more. In fact, if you follow my links, you're probably and likely to get a better deal than if you were to find it out on your own. But, you know, with that, I still do get a referral fee. And thank you for your support this whole past year. I realized that the channel is closing in on, well, 12 months old already. The first 3 months of the video, I was just dabbling around with a few ideas here and there. I didn't get anywhere much. It was only in June that I started clamping down and narrowing down and niching down on the kind of things that I want to talk about. So I started talking about wireless audio speakers. So if this is your kind of channel, welcome to my channel, and I'll see you around in my next video.